All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just say what was in the first part of the video because it's impossible to hear me because it's so windy outside. So what I'm saying is I'm shooting at 15 yards and I'm shooting a recurve in a compound. I'm using a real deer leg that was harvested off of a buck, a South Texas buck, and there was a bunch of gut matter all over the shoulder along with some bloodshot, and so I decided to discard the leg completely. So I was able to use a real whole deer leg minus the skin for the target. So what I did is I wrapped it in cardboard to emulate hide and put it in front of an actual foam hog target. That way it would be fairly similar to shooting an actual animal. Like it would be going through some cardboard, which is kind of like hide, going through heavy bone and meat, and then into the foam, just really for a backstop. So super windy. Apologize for the wind being so bad, but I live in South Texas and it's windy literally every day. So yeah, it was a VPA and a silver flame, also what I said. So 15 yards for the trad bow and 20 yards for the compound. All right, so it's gonna be about 6 grade. It's fucking South Texas, but got a deer leg that my uncle shot a week ago. It was covered in gut matter, so I didn't use it, but I kept it whole. Got some cardboard wrapped around it. Got it up against my big target. I'm gonna shoot it with a couple broadheads. Shoot it with some VPA two blade out of my recurve, my longbow, and I'm gonna shoot with that silver flame. See what happens. Heavy bone impact on a bigger deer. This is a bigger buck with cardboard. So let's see what happens. All right, let's see. Shot the target 4 or 5 times, I think. Trying to just get a good shot. Just super windy. I was aiming for right here somewhere, and I hit, here once, here just now. Hit here once. Hit somewhere else really close. I forgot where now. I moved the box once, but yeah, right here. So I impacted heavy bone on 2 shots, I know for sure. This last shot right now, I think I missed bone, but all of them pretty good penetration. I'll shoot the silver flame next and see what happens. All right, I shot 20 yards with the silver flame. Hit it right where I was aiming. Right there's a massive cut. Like it's a massive cut. Impacted heavy bone for sure. Still penetrated really well. I mean, really well actually. It's like 31-inch arrows, so we're gonna pull it apart and see what it looks like. All right, so I was looking at it here. You can see a couple entrances. You can see the silver flame entrance for sure. That freaking massive cut. You can see the VPA, the 1 1/4 inch cut and the 1 3/4 inch cut. Massive difference. You can see here the VPA absolutely penetrated through humerus. What it ended up being right here because it's not quite to the scapula, and there's pieces of bone hanging out. So I'm gonna cut it open. Another a couple of penetration points here. I'm gonna cut it open and kind of see what it looks like. You can see over here, just massive. That silver flame went straight through the scapula. Can you see this, Jackson?
Yeah.
Can you get that in there? See the pieces of bone that are kind of just everywhere. That's from the silver flame. The VPA is so much meat here, you can't really. It's all.
Silver flame's the silver one, right?
What's the big one? Yeah, it's the one that is silver too. So, all right, you can cut. Here's the broadheads. Silver flame was only shot once because it's. Bubby, hold on. It's just to see how it would do through one deer. It's still super sharp. I mean, I don't know if you can get a close up, Jackson. There's not any blade chatter whatsoever, and it went through scapula. Let me see. I bet I can still get it to shave because it's still really sharp. Yeah, so it's still shaving sharp, still shaving hairs, and it's went through scapula, cardboard, and foam target. So blade held up really good. I'm probably gonna torture it next and shoot it through a couple of scapulas and see what happens. This one went through 5 times, the VPA, and man, honestly,
I like that one.
it's still really sharp too. I feel a touch of blade. No, yeah, you know what? That might be gunk. Yeah, it's not even blade chatter, that's gunk. And so it's still super sharp too, dude. I bet this will stick. Both of these were, it's not quite shaving sharp, but it went through 5 times. This is a VPA. Well, it did shave a little bit. This is a VPA head. These are only, $60 for 3 of them. They're made out of pretty good steel too. I had to sharpen it out of the box though because it wasn't that sharp. So, all right, we'll cut the bone open next. All right, so check it out. Here's the silver flame hole, and it's freaking massive. It went straight through the scapula. You can see with my arrow shaft, and you can see it. I mean, it broke bone all the way down here. I don't know if you can see that, Jackson. I guess you can.
Yeah, you can.
All the way down here, and it kind of punched out a big circular area. Big ass cut. I mean, Look, you got. I mean, that's
Thumb in.
yeah,
You can put your finger in almost.
almost 2 inches. The VPA hit the heavy bone right here and completely broke the bottom part of the scapula where it connects to the their elbow joint would be. I mean, completely sheared off the bone. The bone's gone. I guess it's probably fell out or whatever when I started cutting, but both impacted heavy bone. Both of them were in a really good shape. The Silver Flame is still razor sharp. VPA went through 5 times. 1 time impacted heavy bone, and it's still very sharp. No blade chatter. I'm probably gonna string together 2 scapulas and do it again because I have the scapulas from the ones I deboned last night. So I'm gonna put them together. And I'm gonna shoot them a couple times with both of them to see if I can get one of them to kind of screw up. So that'll be the next video. All right, so I got another little target set up. Probably gonna cut my bungee, but I got a scapula. Then with a gallon of water, it's got a little bit of ice in it actually, and then another scapula. I'm just gonna shoot it with the broadhead a couple times, the Silver Flames first, and just try to screw up the broadhead, see what it takes to do some heavy stuff. All right, there's a good shot. Look, the water from inside the thing is going everywhere. It's bleeding out. Really good shot.
Yeah.
It looks like it impacted. Definitely the front scapula for sure. Definitely went through the water bottom. See, the water bottom was full of ice. I forgot about that. It was actually still frozen. So I bet it didn't even get to the back scapula. Let's pull it out. Let's see what it looks like, Jackson boy. Let's see. All right, here, take the video. Oh no, it did. Look, it went through.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, look, it's in the back.
Oh, yeah. Nice penetration.
It did. Look, both scapulas.
Through the ice, too?
Through ice.
Everything.
Through the front scapula. Through the front scapula. Broke it in half. Through the ice. Through the back scapula.
And almost out. Almost the full broadhead out.
Almost out. All right, let's take it apart and see what she looks like here.
I think that would be a dead deer in my book.
Yeah, he wouldn't run anywhere, that's for sure.
No.
He had 2 broken shoulders. So, let's take it apart.
Alright. Ooh.
So,
Is there 1, 2, 3, 4 things?
you did a good job on the video camera?
Yeah.
Alright, so there's the front entrance there where it literally shattered. I mean, shattered the front scapula. Crazy. The back scapula was the one that was fresh. Definitely penetrated through it. You can't see some flesh there, but you can see the hole there.
And there's another hole before, I guess.
Yeah,
With the grass.
penetrated through the ice. Right there. Let's look at the broadhead. Let's cut the camera right action. Broadhead looks like it's in pretty good shape, decent. I'm kind of torn on this because it's definitely bent. I don't know if you can see. Can you see down the broadhead like that?
Yes,
Can you see it's bent
can.
a little bit?
Yeah.
It's definitely a little bent to it. I'm torn there because it's super windy out here, and so the arrow was clearly paradoxing as it went into that heavy object, so it probably hit, you know, sideways, which caused the bend a little bit. The blades are incredibly sharp still, and there's no chatter. There's nothing on the blade. I mean, it's incredibly sharp. I mean, I bet I could probably still shave with it. It's still very sharp. There's no chatter whatsoever. The only thing is, and the thing is, this can be remedied. So it's super hard stainless steel. So you put it on, you can see, might want to back up a little bit, Jackson, but you can see it's very wobbly. So because it's wobbly, you can typically get it and bend it. Look how much straighter it is already.
Oh yeah.
It's very much so straighter already. I mean, you really can't even tell which way it's bent anymore. I think it's bent this way. I'll have to actually get it to tune it. I put it more on a wall. I went the wrong way with it. Look at that. Look at that.
Nice.
It's been perfect again. Just about perfect. So super impressed. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the ferrule whatsoever. That's heavy bone, ice, and it impacted heavy bone twice, 2 different times. Blades are still super sharp.
Plastic, cardboard, ice, yeah.
Yeah, I'm more concerned with the heavy, but look, I mean, it's been very little wobble. I mean, it wouldn't take me 5 minutes to fix that completely. I would retouch the blades up, and I actually will. What I'll do next is I'll touch these blades up with a stone that I got, and I bet I can get it razor sharp in 5 minutes. So super impressed, actually. Definitely, I mean, it shoots accurately. You saw how accurate I was with it at 20 yards, so I think I'm going to be using this one this season. All right, let's put together 2 scapulas and shot the recurve, and I literally hit exactly where I was aiming, right in the barcode, and it went through both scapulas. This one fell off because it literally hit the edge and just made it broke the backside blade, it broke everything. It was a VPA 2-blade, the 1 1/4 300 grain. Here, Jackson, hold this. Let me just take this apart. Hold on, bub. Hold on. Back up a little bit, dude. So here's the shoulder blade that's actually impacted. Big ass hole right through the hit the meat of the bone. Went straight through it with the both of them off the back side. I mean, there's where that silver flame hit earlier, but this is destroyed here as well. So let's see the broadhead.
Broadhead looks
It's actually still sharp.
still
Dude.
sharp.
This is actually a pretty good, and this is a bargain head. This is supposed to be a cheaper one. This is only $65 for 3 of them. Let's see if it's straight still. Kind of looks like it's straight. Let's see. I mean, spins perfectly still.
Yeah, straight.
That's a super impressive head. Super impressive. It's not sharp, but it's as sharp as most of your standard broadheads come out of the package. I could take 5 minutes and get this razor sharp.
Not as
again.
sharp as you can if you can shave with it.
Yeah, you couldn't shave with it, but I mean, it's crazy.
You can sharpen it.
By the way, I worked on the silver flame again, and look what I got here. Spinning perfectly. It took me 30 seconds to get that spinning completely perfectly, the silver flame, and it's still razor sharp. Like, it's sharper than almost every broadhead out of the package. Almost every one. It's as sharp as your slick tricks and your tooth of the arrows are out of the package. So, super impressive. I like them both. Kill it, buddy. Really impressed with both these broadheads. This silver flame was shot out of a Spartan 250 spine with about 670 grains, 23% FOC. Fantastic penetration, fantastic arrow flight, super windy here. The wind is blowing 15 to 18 miles an hour constant. Really impressed with the flight. Hold on, bub. This one is a 300 grain VPA, 1 1/4 inch penetrator. 740 grains, maybe 730 at 26% FOC out of the Longbow, the 54-pound Longbow. Fantastic penetration, went through both shoulder blades. Still pretty sharp, and there's not a bit of wobble to it. Really impressed with both these heads, and I am a big proprietor of all these heads. Are really good. Get them razor sharp yourself, tune the arrow, tune to your bow, and you're gonna have better results. And I think I've proved that with these tests. So, all right, I think that's pretty much it. Both of them are really good, both pass. So I'm happy with both of them. Action. So I'm gonna sharpen these broadheads up. I got the VPA 300 on a jig with some sandpaper. Just gonna run it through a few times, sharpen it up. The silver flame, the Grizzlystik Silver flame, that's the XXL. I actually use my Lansky knife sharpener. It fits well enough in here. I can use this jig and just use my stones and touch it up and just give it. This is not gonna need much. See how long it takes to get each one razor sharp again and spin them again and see how they spin with the arrow. So gonna probably take about 10 minutes on this one and probably about 5 on that one. So we'll see. I'll make another video after this once they're sharp, see how they spin. And so check it out. All right. So spent 10 minutes, actually, exactly 10 minutes on this one side of this VPA 300. I got it pretty sharp, actually. Can you get close on this, Jackson? So I got it to where this is a note card, by the way, and so it's.
Hold on.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
So it's absolutely super sharp on the note card. You can see, I don't personally like doing this with a battery, but just a quick acid test where everybody likes to do, like to shave their body. So super sharp. 10 minutes I spent on the one side. So about 20 minutes total for the whole broadhead. Would get it razor sharp. I did strop it with a leather strop afterwards. So really impressed. I'm gonna sharpen the other side of this and I'm gonna spin it. But super sharp, just razor sharp after 10 minutes on one side. So I spent 10 minutes or so sharpening the other side now. It actually got really sharp, a lot sharper on the other side, not sure why. But it cuts very easily. I can do the whole redneck battery here with the hair shaving, and it definitely shaves very easily, very easily. It's super sharp. So I'm gonna put this on an arrow and spin it, and I guarantee it's gonna spin great. I'm actually super impressed with this head just because it's your quote unquote bargain head. It was only $65 for 3 of them. It is high carbon steel and it is 55 Rockwell hardness. So not that shocked it performed so well, but I'm shocked that it maintained its integrity so well. And it sharpened up very, very good and very easily. So I'm gonna put it on an arrow and spin it real quick and just make sure it spins right. That's it. All right, got the head back on my Grizzlystik Momentum 240. Just gonna spin it. I know it's gonna spin well. It looks like it is, and I saw the way it looks. But just to be certain, just super true spin still. Really impressed with how this little VPA performed. You can see it going slowly. It's just no wobble whatsoever. It's just real tight circles on it. So super impressed with it, with how well it performed through the recurve or the Longbow. So good deal. All right, just got through sharpening the Silver Flame XXL. Took a little bit, took about 20 minutes because it's 60 Rockwell, so it was kind of hard to sharpen this stainless, but it got really sharp. The blades look like they're out of the box, like brand new. I'm gonna spin it, see if it spins, but you can't really paper test that. I took it out of the vise already, but you can tell it's super sharp. I mean, it's just a note card. It's cutting right through it like it's nothing. Redneck test. Definitely shaves. Very easily shaves. So that's a good thing. We can spin it real quick. Same arrow I shot, so same combo, but I don't think it's gonna be wobbly at all because it's pretty dang straight. I mean, just straight as can be, no wobble at all, not even a little bit on that. I can do a good job of spinning it. There we go. No wobble to it whatsoever. You can see the slow spins, just perfectly straight, ready to go. I mean, it's hard to beat. It's a really good head. So, all right, that concludes it. Good job, Jack. All right, so conclusion. The video was made just because I'm considering shooting both these Broadheads in 2021 season. I plan on shooting mainly traditional archery, but just in case, I do have my compound set ready to go. So I'll let you know everything, the whole specifications for all the equipment used. This was a 670 grain arrow, and that was a build. I targeted 670 grains. It's a 23% FOC Black Eagle Spartan at 250 spine, and that's a 200 grain Silver Flame by Grizzlystik. XXL head, performed fantastically with the Scapula. This was, well, also the bow that I used was a Prime Black 1, and it is set to 70 pounds, or 75 actually, and 29.5 draw length, so generating some good momentum downrange. The traditional setup was the one that I was really impressed with. This is just a VPA broadhead. I only bought this broadhead because I was getting their small game head, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get some broadheads to shoot coons with or whatever. I'm probably gonna use this broadhead going forward. I'm gonna switch away from the tough head because I was so impressed with the performance. This is a lot heavier. This is about 27% FOC, and it's 720 grains. And it's a Grizzlystik Momentum 240 spine, and I was using a 54-pound Longbow by Tolkien, the Whistler. And I'm pulling about 28.5 on that, so it's about 55 pounds what I'm actually pulling. That's cranking down range, and I was super impressed with the performance of this, just smoking through those scapulas and then just being completely unfazed. The Silver Flame did have a little bend to it, but as you saw in the last section of the video, I was able to bend it right back out and it spins perfectly. So really impressed with both the Broadheads. Highly recommend both of them. Next, I'm gonna shoot both of them through an animal. So maybe the next video or two will have blood on the arrows. That's it. Good test.